Hello, unlimited friends. It's Zara back again with Q&A about the law of attraction and its application to our lives. There's three unexpected signs that your manifestation is coming. And it's important to understand these three things because if you don't understand these three things, then your understanding of law of attraction is incomplete. And the way it can hurt you is that you can stop doing the things that you actually need to keep doing because you don't see the results. And that's the difference that I want to make for you over here today. So, first of all, I want you to understand that everything in law of attraction happens because of where you are on the emotional scale. So, first, I'm going to talk to you about how manifestation happens, and then I'm going to share with you three unexpected signs that your manifestation is actually on its way, even though it might seem on the surface that it's not. So, let's get into it. The very first thing I want you to understand is that 99% of a manifestation is complete in the non-physical realm. And when it actually pops into 3D reality, that's only 1% of the manifestation process. 99% of the work is non-physical energy. The part that you see, the manifested energy, the matter part of it is only 1%. It's almost like if you plant a seed, and let's say that you water it every day, you nourish it every day, but nothing's happening on the surface. You know, however, that 99% of the growth in the seed happens under the surface of the soil. When those tiny leaves breach the surface of the soil, 99% of the work has already been done. And manifestation works exactly the same way. 99% of a manifestation happens in the non-physical, so you don't see the physically manifested results. And that's why we've got to have another way of knowing that the results are actually on their way. So, number two, what I need you to know is that as long as you are doing your part, then your manifestation is guaranteed. And what is your part? What is it that you need to do? You need to appreciate. Gratitude is at the basis of everything. So, anytime you are noticing things are not going the way you want them to, you are not in a place of gratitude. That is a place of complaint. So, you've got to switch it around into gratitude. The more time you spend in gratitude, the higher you go up the emotional scale, and everything that we want is high on the emotional scale. Lastly, number three thing that you have to do, that's your work, is to let go thinking about your desire. There is a tendency that we have that when something is really, really important to us, we spend a lot more time thinking about it. But that's counterproductive because our thoughts about the thing that we want to manifest are not the thoughts that we need to be thinking. That's why this manifestation hasn't happened. If we were thinking thoughts positively, then this manifestation would have taken place already. Our manifestations are a way for us to measure how far we are from getting the things that we want. And so if something hasn't happened that you've been wanting for a year, it means that you've got to stop thinking about it because your thoughts are actually keeping it from coming. So those are the ground rules. If you are doing all of those, then here are the three unexpected signs that your manifestation is actually on its way, even though you can't see it. Number one, the people in your life will change. The reason the people in your life will change is because you attract people in your life who are on the same vibrational wavelength as you. But if you are getting closer to your manifestation, then you're going higher up on the emotional scale, and those people who are not keeping pace with you, they're also not going high on the emotional scale, they're going to be left behind. And so the people that you associate with will change. An example in my life of something like this happening was that there was at work, I would usually get together with a bunch of people, other people from my company and from other companies. We would get together in the lunch hall for lunch. What I noticed happen is that the people that I used to have lunch with, for one reason or another, they wouldn't be able to have lunch with me anymore. And so I ended up finding new friends to have lunch with. And these new friends that I found to have lunch with were people who were higher on the emotional scale. You see, when you hang out with people who are more positive, it helps you to get more positive on the emotional scale at a better place on the emotional scale. So remember this, when you start changing where you are on the emotional scale, the people in your life are going to change. Sometimes it's people that you live with, it's people that you're related to, it's people who are in the same department at work as you. But what starts happening is you don't brush together with them, you don't brush against them anymore. You don't see them. Days go by before you actually see them. Days go by before you call them or they call you. So if you're not vibrationally at the same level, you will not come across them. And this is one of the biggest indicators. I think you must have noticed, if you're on this law of attraction journey, you must have noticed that the more you get into law of attraction, then your old friends start disappearing from your life and you start making new friends. And that's because you have changed where you are on the emotional scale. You'll see this happening with so many people. As people go up the ranks of an organization, they start hanging out with different people, their social circle changes. All of that is an indication that you are changing vibrationally. An example from my own life is that I used to ride the bus to school, and the people that I rode the bus with changed. My bus changed. I got a slip in the mail at home to say, from next week, you're going to be riding a different bus. That was the universe taking away the people that I was hanging out with before and putting me into a group with a different set of people who were more high vibing. All right, so that's the first thing. The people in your life will change. Number 2, sometimes what will happen is you will lose something that you've been hanging on to that wasn't really good for you. A lot of times this happens in relationships. You've got to let go that relationship that isn't working so that you can manifest the relationship that is being held for you in non-physical form. It's ready to pop, but as long as you don't let go of the existing relationship, then you can't manifest the next one. I've had this happen to me, and I'm sure you've seen it happen to a lot of people in your life, is that a lot of times people will lose their job, and the loss of the job will force them to look for a new job. And it results in a lot of times them being able to manifest something that was even better. The old job, the old person, the old relationship was actually holding you back. Why? Because you were afraid. You were afraid of letting it go. But the problem is, fear is a vibration that is very low on the emotional scale. Fear will hold you back. When you let go the job, when you let go the relationship, you also let go the fear that's keeping you there, keeping you hanging on. And when you let go the fear, you go up the emotional scale where everything that you want is. And so that's number 2. That's a sign. When something falls away, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. If the relationship that wasn't making you happy anymore breaks down, that's a good thing. If the job that felt painful every single day, you didn't want to do it, that job disappears, that's a good thing. It allows your vibration to rise so that you can manifest something better. Number 3, and this is a really interesting one, and that is the universe will keep bringing up opportunities for you to change your response. The same kind of situation will keep coming up to give you the opportunity to change the way you think about it, because when you change the way you think, you go up the emotional scale, and when you go up the emotional scale, everything in your life changes. For example, if you keep having arguments with someone, maybe a family member, maybe your spouse, maybe your child, maybe a sibling, if you keep having arguments with someone, the universe will keep bringing situations to you where an argument will take place, and that is an opportunity for you to change the way you respond. Because when you change the way you respond, you change your vibration, you go up the emotional scale, and when that happens, now you are closer to manifesting the thing that you want. So notice when things keep repeating themselves. I find when I'm coaching people who are dating and they're looking for a commitment in a long-term relationship, the same type of men will keep showing up for some women. The same type of women will keep showing up for men. And then they are like, but why does this keep happening to me? Well, the reason it keeps happening to you is because you're not changing your response to it. The minute you change your response to it, now you open up a whole different realm of possibilities for yourself, because you change where you are on the emotional scale. So remember, sometimes things take longer than you think they will take. And the only reason they are taking longer is because it's happening non-physically, but it hasn't manifested yet in physical form, because there's just that little thing that needs to happen, that little 1% thing that needs to happen. You've got to change the people that you're hanging out with, change your vibration. You've got to let go of those things that are not working, and you've got to change your responses to the things that are repetitively happening in your life. All right, everybody, I hope that you find this really, really helpful. In the end, I just want to say that I want you to remember this one thing. Wanting positive things to happen in your life is not the equivalent of thinking positive thoughts. Thinking positive thoughts is an art and a science. It's separate from the wanting of good things to happen. And I remember the day, because I used to be someone, I thought I was the most positive person in the whole world. But one day I woke up to the fact that if I really was that positive as I thought I was, then I would have already manifested everything that I want. And not only that, I would be living a magical life where I would say it and it would happen. I would say it and it would happen. And the only reason it's not like that is because of things that I need to change in my life. So I hope that this is helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell before you leave. And absolutely, I love hearing back from you. So if you have questions about the law of attraction, this is my hot seat. You can leave me the question in the comments below or send it to me through my website, zmahoon.com. Bye for now.